Hello, everyone. I am today recording for Tuesday's episode. So, Tuesday, our chat is fitness. So, I'm going to share my last week's fitness journey, recap, highlight, and takeaways, and also progress. And I would love to share all of those with you. So, in terms of training load, I hit the highest number of classes that I've taken. And also the best effort in terms of training load. So I maintained that 40 classes like 2 weeks ago, and last week I also hit 40 classes as well. And one of the episodes that I want to share with you is because my body really needed rest and recovery time, but I kept on pushing go, and keep moving forward, keep going. My mind is stronger than my feelings. So anyway, so one of the episode that happened to me was I was taking one of the in yoga classes at nighttime. And I don't know whether it was in class or meditation breath class, but it was probably Friday night or Saturday night, and the latest class of that schedule. And my body just, yeah, my body told me, I'm done. You do whatever you need to do. I'm done. I'm not moving my body anymore. So I couldn't do anything anymore. And I just needed to just lie down and just breathe. And that was one of the the episodes that happened to me and during those 40 classes. So, and other than that, I just did the training programs and instructions and everything. So that was good. But that was kind of funny that my body just like shut down. No, I won't cooperate with your mind. But anyway, so that was good. I mean, digesting the training volume again, the highest number. And that shows that our body is really capable and resilient and very strong enough to do that again, right? And the highest number of classes that I've taken in, I think in February or March was, yes, I think in March was 10 classes per day. And this time, April, I've updated it to 12 classes. And yeah, I was energetic. I was, yeah, happy that I was able to do that. That was a huge privilege that I was able to do that with the community. So thankful, so grateful. And yes, so that is one of the stories that I want to share with you. And the takeaways is know when to push very hard and know when to step back. So for example, there was one moment that I felt that I maybe need to decrease the weight that I lift, but I still anyhow like push myself. And then now it's been like 2 or 3 days. I feel still not well recovered. So I should have that moment, I should have like stepped back and decreased the weight. Yeah, instead of pushing me. And when you think about cardio, when you think about running, what we need to avoid is the gray zone. Like it's not even slow recovery, active recovery, zone 1 or 2. And it's also not the speedy, very fast workout, which is like zone 4 or 5. So a gray zone, it's zone 3 that you should absolutely avoid for the recovery, for the speed workout. And I felt that in terms of strength training on that day, when I did that lifting 35 pound is for that 35 pound was for me was gray zone. I should have taken that as active recovery. So decrease it like below yeah, but now I'm looking back, now that was definitely gray area, gray zone, zone 3. If I use that running analogy. So now I have to take more active recovery days. So even lifting like 20 pound, which is normally it's like no problem at all for me, it feels heavy. So that means my body requires more recovery. And yeah, that's one thing that I wanted to point out, that when you take your day extra easy, do not lift any mid weight, like gray zone, like running zone. It's either very light so that you give that flushing out, that active recovery session, or lifting very heavy, like you need to go very hard, like maximum effort. But that I've learned now, that was my mistake. Not mistake, but wrong choice. And now I need to take more active recovery flushing out session. So yeah, that's one takeaway that I want to share with you. So in terms of what lifting, in terms of, yeah, strength training, it's either lift very heavy, or if you need extra that active recovery day, lift very light. Do not choose like anything in between, because that will delay the recovery time. And one of I when it comes to choosing classes, yes, I do love safe environment, that I feel safe to really modify any workouts depending on my body condition, depending on my training load. And also at the same time, I love instructors and coaches that has great capacity and capability in terms of their fitness. And yes, and also character. So humble, very accommodating, very humble. Yeah, instructors anybody would love, right? So those are the classes that I keep coming back and back, because yes, as mentioned, it's safe environment, there's modification, and also there's several options, and you learn new movement, new poses, for new, yeah, modality. So yes, and also you feel home, like home base. There are like several classes that I feel like it's my home, but at the same time I try different like instructors, different teaching style, method, and recipes. I will definitely try out other classes, but I'll definitely I am coming back to my home base instructors, home base coaches, home base classes, because yeah, that's how I started my journey. And one thing I try not to do is I try not to attach myself to anybody else, because I think detachment and just focusing on your goal and vision and purpose, why you're doing it, with right mindset, right center of heart, and right motive and intention, that will lead you to the right direction, and that will create freedom. But once you start to attach to any of not goal-centered or not purpose-centered things, then I think that's the path to really, yeah, it's the opposite path to freedom. So yeah, I try to always, I pursue freedom, I pursue diversity, I pursue varieties, I pursue attaching myself only to vision and purpose, so that yeah, I achieve and accomplish that goals, and also that purpose. And at the same time, I value and I cherish compassionate classes. like there's nothing to accomplish, like meditation and breath work. I love it when my body is so exhausted and I need recover, restore, and my body needs restoration. My body needs rejuvenation. My body needs rest, active rest, and everything. I love those meditation and breath work because the instructor said there's nothing to accomplish, there's nothing to achieve here. Breathe and feel your body. That was so good because my body needed that so much. So this is a great balance. You push yourself so hard with a lot of strength training, sometimes with dynamic Pilates. Sometimes yoga can be also like very strong yoga, strong flow can be also strengthening and lengthening and stretching. But at the same time, I love those meditation and breath work because that's what my body really needs. So yes, it was so great. So that was probably one of the best memories. There's nothing to achieve. There's nothing to accomplish here. Breathe and yeah, and feel, stretch, restore. That was probably one of the best moments. Yeah, achieving something, highest training volume, highest best effort. Those are all good, but at the same time, finding the balance and also listen to your body, tuning to your body and have the compassionate also recovery time is also equally important. So that's one of the best memories that I have now. Nothing to achieve, nothing to accomplish here, breathe. And another great quotes that came into my mind was during yoga classes was actually it's actually from the same instructor, and he said yogi, like great yogi, advanced yogi, in terms of according to his definition of advanced and very polished, yogi is the increased awareness of body, so increased body awareness. So that was very, very thought-provoking. Wow. Because some people may think that it's how flexible you are, how high your legs can lift or stretch. Some people may think wide range of motion or like super hyper flexibility. But actually, he mentioned that increased body awareness, like a lifelong learner or practice individual who knows and who have that high body awareness, that is advanced yogi according to his term and according to his definition. And that was really thought-provoking. So wow, I thought about that and then he mentioned that again. So yeah, that was also another aha moments. Wow, that can be also the definition of advanced yogi. And yes, he's a great teacher. He's a great instructor. And yes. So what I'm trying to think when it comes to like memorable moments, because my body needs more recovery, active recovery, restore time. All of those like Zen moments, like meditation, breath work, those moments just popped into my mind. And in addition to that, oh, boxing progress. Boxing, there was a moment that maybe I need to take a break or something because, okay, my body does not respond to the number. And I remember one time I asked the coach, is it okay if I just like follow along? Is it okay if I just move? Like, not exactly like instructed, because I couldn't follow along. And that was the moment that I wanted to maybe pause for a little bit, but I just kept showing up by taking different instructors' classes. And that actually helped because everyone's tempo, everyone's style, everyone's teaching method is different. So, yes. So I kept on going, and now I feel I have a better hang of it. So when I practiced boxing this morning, I felt much better in terms of following along the instructions and the numbers, and it's better input into my brain because I kept on practicing it, right? So until it becomes very easy, I keep practicing it. And just if you keep practicing it, maybe there's gonna be a one day that you just don't need to even think about it, and then you just do, right? Because that becomes so natural to you because you practice so many times, right? So yeah, and I love the mentality that keep failing. Um, because that means you really push yourself so hard, right? Oh, I can't lift this anymore, or something like that. The instructor said 6 reps, but I can't reach even 6. That means I really pushed myself so hard, right? So keep failing until you're making it. Keep failing until you feel you're strong enough and become tougher. I love that mentality. And yeah, and that applies to every modality in terms of balance, in terms of flexibility. You may look really weird in front of other people. Who cares? However, if you keep practicing, you will get better at it for sure. So, for example, my boxing, I feel much better than compared to my previous version. Previous version, I can't keep up with the instructions. I can't really like follow along. But now it's much better for me. Like, okay. So that is a progress, and I cherish that. And it's not about perfection, but I enjoy the process, whether it's good or bad, whether it's highs and lows. I cherish every moment of it, every memory of it. So, yes, if you started something, let's finish it stronger. And even though you may not feel like doing it, the emotions, feelings, just let it go, let it float, and let it float away, and keep showing up. And yeah, let them talk about it, let them misunderstand you. Who cares? As long as you know what you're doing and your intention and your center of your heart and why you're doing it, as long as you know what you're doing, that's all that matters. So yeah, that's a wrap up for Tuesday's episode. If you like this video, please click this like button, and also follow us on Instagram at fitwell.to, and we'll connect on Thursday for Spirituality Wellbeing Talk.